Hello and welcome back. And in another episode of Debunking the So-Called Sources, we have a story here from people. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a returning subscriber and if you're here for the first time, welcome. So we're here with some news. And as you've seen by the title of this video, basically we have a statement from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex setting the record straight. So the article here says, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan are shooting down reports that the couple is suing over a recent South Park episode on whether Harry and Meghan are pursuing legal action against the show. A spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex tells People, quote, "It's all frankly nonsense, totally baseless, boring reports," end quote. South Park's episode that aired on Wednesday titled, quote, Worldwide Privacy Tour, centered on a Prince of Canada and his wife that settle in the fictional Colorado town. The characters' similarities to Harry and Meghan were hard to miss, from the prince's ginger hair and beard to the wife's pink outfit and a hat, a close match to Meghan's ensemble at Trooping the Color in 2018. The show saw the cartoon couple carrying "We want our privacy and stop looking at us" signs as they traveled to different locations around the world. So the article goes on to recap that Harry and Meghan stepped back from their royal roles in 2020 before relocating to California, Meghan's home state, and in their 2021 interview with Oprah, Meghan addressed invasions of privacy that their family had experienced. By the way, it's good that this article has brought that up because there was a response to the question about whether she or Harry should expect to lose privacy due to their royal status. And Meghan said this, quote, "I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic. We're not talking about anything that anybody wouldn't expect." She went on to say, quote, "If you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, 'Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?' You go, 'No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you.'" End quote. So that's what the Duchess of Sussex explained to Oprah, and she went on to elaborate, quote, "And then if they double down and say, 'No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything,' you know what? I'm just gonna hire someone to sit in front of your house or to hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me," end quote. So it's great that this article, as I said before, has pointed that out. And the couple also, in this article, they talk about how they had their show, Harry and Meghan, that aired in December, and their global press secretary released a statement in response to speculation that the couple wanted a more private life. The spokesperson said, quote, "Their statement announcing their decision to step back mentions nothing of privacy and reiterates their desire to continue their roles and public duties," end quote. And they went on to say, quote, "Any suggestion otherwise speaks to a key point of this series. They are choosing to share their story on their terms, and yet the tabloid media has created an entirely untrue narrative that permeates press coverage and public opinion. The facts are right in front of them." So that's a wonderful summary by People.com, and it's quite fascinating. I mentioned this in my last video, which is talking about possibly the new ventures that the Sussexes will have in 2023 with their new hire, and just a possible projection of what they have in store. So check out that video, quick plug here. It'll have a few highlights on what we can expect as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex launch into more entertainment-based content. But back to this story, it's fascinating that that rumor had permeated a lot of the press, and it's a narrative that people were also citing in the South Park episode, that they want privacy, right? So first and foremost, let's just quickly tackle this with South Park. They first and foremost are very irreverent and they like to provoke audiences, and therefore they choose topics that are very, very topical. Yeah, if I can say that. So they will touch on various issues, whether it's politics, whether it's celebrities, whether it's even religion. They do things that are offensive, and they do things that sometimes people actually find funny. So what we're not going to do right now is first and foremost act like South Park do not do this. And by the way, Parker and Stone, who are the creators, they say that they regard themselves as, quote, equal opportunity offenders. So let's just start there. We're getting that out of the way. They are not strangers to controversy, and I don't think that anyone should be, quote, shocked by the fact that they put out content that people will find offensive. So I don't think that we should be using them as a gauge of how people view topics in life. People have their own views on many things, and as I said before, they are equal opportunity offenders. And I think Meghan knows that, Prince Harry knows that. So when I heard the story floating that they wanted to sue, or their lawyers were, quote, casting some kind of a gaze on them, I knew straight away that that was just absolute nonsense straight away. And also the sources, the quote sources that were covering that were not people who they tend to speak to. We all remember their famous statement around 2020 that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex gave when they told the editors of British tabloid newspapers that they would never again, in quotes, deal with their outlets. And they sent a letter to the editors of the Sun, Daily Mail, Mirror, and Express saying that they would not respond to any inquiries from journalists working with those outlets, and there would be a policy of, quote, zero engagement, except when necessary through the couple's lawyers. So when I first saw that story in Mail, I asked, where did they get this information from? And of course, they would cite their sources. So I already knew that there was something off with that, and that story has been repeated on Fox News and on other outlets, and here they have to debunk it yet again. So it's just such a waste, non-news that people print out, and it comes from nowhere, and it has just gone around the world, and now they have to correct the record. Now, it's interesting to me that once again, even as South Park do their thing, and I was not in my fields about it, who does not know what South Park does? They wanted to get a rise out of people. They want to offend you. So it was interesting to me that they picked up on that point, the World Privacy Tour, and we've seen that narrative over and over again. Where have we heard it? From a lot of these tabloid sources, where they like to say that Harry and Meghan talk about wanting to have a more private life and they are invading their own privacy, in quotes. That's what they always try to say about the Sussexes. And they do not like that, in my opinion, because it is the Sussexes owning their story, making sure that all the things that have been said about them in the press over the years, when they were senior working royals that had been out there, we've heard it all from Harry and Meghan, quote, disrespecting the Queen, from them, quote, blindsiding the Queen, and on and on and on. And them taking the time now to, in the Harry and Meghan docuseries, in Prince Harry's book Spare, correcting the record, setting the record straight. We have found out so many things from them just owning their own narrative. Just think about all the things we've learned about. We've learned about the fact that Harry and Meghan had long-term talks with the family about finding a new pathway for them. We've learned about all the communication that Harry and Meghan had with Meghan's dad up to the run-up of the wedding. Yet before that, all we heard was Meghan being a, quote, ghoster, ghosting people. And a lot of that has been corrected, even through court documents that we've learned about. So many things have come to light. So it's wonderful to see them pushing back on this narrative that they want to go around seeking out attention through media coverage and then complaining about it in reverse. And it is funny. It is funny. We've not seen Meghan out, I think, for months now. And the press have found ways to keep them in the public sphere in some kind of negative way with this story that came out from the thin air with no backing of any kind of credibility, right? That they wanted to sue over South Park. How ridiculous is that? Meghan, with her whole background in Hollywood, do you mean to tell me that she did not know what South Park's flavor of content is? I mean, Harry and Meghan are people who've grown up being aware of South Park. I don't think anyone who has any internet access or has had an opportunity to watch any kind of American content has not seen anything about South Park. So for them, once again, to set the record straight and say that it's all nonsense, it's amazing. So let's push back on a narrative that they are attention seekers who are at the same time complaining that people are covering them. They said it in themselves. They don't want to work with the tabloids. They've taken some of these tabloids, Associated Press, to court and won. So some of these people have some kind of gripe with them. They have a bone to pick with them. And once again, proving their point. So if people trace the story back to the main source saying that they wanted to sue them, it all boils down to that narrative of trying to paint Harry and Meghan in a negative light whenever they can. So once again, the spokesperson has said, quote, "It's all frankly nonsense, totally baseless, boring reports," end quote. So let me know your thoughts on this, and let's push back on the narrative that is just not there. It's never been there. Meghan and Harry have always spoken about how they want to have their voice. Yeah, so let's just push back on that narrative because narrative, by the way, is so powerful. Because it is quite interesting to note that when people accept something as truth and it's ingrained in them, that it truly is a work to undo a narrative that has taken hold on people. So for them, certain sections of the press, these kind of extensions through South Park, keep on recycling the narrative that Harry and Meghan are crying about their privacy and, quote, saying that they don't want people to look at them at the same time that they are the ones going around looking for their attention. If that narrative keeps on being replayed and replayed without any pushback, it could potentially become something that's so ingrained in people that even when they are presented with new information, it's very hard for them to understand that they themselves have taken in a lie. So even for the haters, just take a minute and think about what Harry and Meghan have said. They have never said that they don't want people to look at them. They have never said that. They've never gone around. Harry has spoken openly about his issues with the press and the tabloid press and what they did to his mom, and he did not want to see them doing that to his wife. And for anyone out there to deny what the tabloid press and some sections of the press did to Diana, and not to have that empathy with how Harry saw his own wife being targeted by the media, I think that that's not a position that's rooted in truth. We have seen the examples over and over again of sections of the press, tabloid press, just going after Meghan and being so negative against her, even to the point you could not understand why. But of course, a lot of us have dissected that, and if you want to check out some videos to that, you can check for my own analysis on some of the things that have happened in the cards and in the end screen. So check out for those. So once again, leave your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I love you all. Now, a special thank you to those who support this channel financially. I want to say thank you, and a shout out to a couple of you here who have been faithful supporters of this channel over the years. I want to give some shout outs to a couple of you. And now I would like to say thank you to Corliss J. McClendon. Thank you for supporting this channel through the years. It has truly meant so much to me. You are so generous and kind. God bless you. Thank you to Delcinia Preston, once again, one of the first supporters of this channel. Every time I think about you, Delcinia, I just feel so much gratitude to God, and I say God bless you. Thank you. And thank you to Noreen Bengali. Thank you for all the ways you engage on this channel. Thank you for also following on Twitter. I appreciate that so much. God bless you. And Joyce, I appreciate you for supporting this channel and my work and for coming along with me on this YouTube journey. Thank you. And now a special thank you to those who have given through super thanks. Thank you to Gail Tapscott, who as well is a supporter of this channel. Thank you for giving and all the ways that you are such a tremendous boost to my work. Thank you for your kindness. And I want to say thank you to Jerome Walters. Thank you for that super thanks. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I love you so much. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. I appreciate you all. And once again, thank you to those who like, comment, and share. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. It truly does help out the channel. And leave your thoughts on all this once again. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Have a marvelous day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.